Ambassador Chen Wei stood at the center of the Galactic Council's crystalline chamber, her small human form dwarfed by the towering representatives of 17 different alien species. The Zephyrian delegate's tentacles writhed in what she had learned was amusement, while the insectoid Crix clicked their mandibles in dismissive harmony. Above them all, the ethereal transcendent floated in its energy containment field, its thoughts occasionally flickering across the translation matrices as waves of condescension. The human delegation persists in these theatrical displays, rumbled Vex Korath, the hegemony's primary representative. His massive stone-like features remained impassive as he gestured toward Chen with one of his forearms. Perhaps they believe their emotional outbursts will somehow alter the fundamental mathematics of galactic politics. Chen's jaw tightened, but she maintained her composure. 3 months of negotiations had led to this moment, and she knew that every word, every gesture, was being analyzed by species whose civilizations had spanned millennia while humanity was still discovering fire. "Honored delegates," Chen began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber's acoustic enhancement field, "humanity has presented a simple request. We ask for representation proportional to our territorial holdings and population. We ask for fair access to trade routes. We ask for the same rights granted to every other council member." The Transcendent's response materialized as shimmering text in the air. JUVENILESPE, CIE, ESDEEMONSTR, a TEEAESA, PATEA, EAX, IOAA, PAT, IENCERE, COM, END. Your species has been granted extraordinary privileges already, the Zephyrian delegate, Keel Suth, interjected. A single seat on the council after merely 3 centuries of spaceflight. Most species wait millennia for such recognition. And we are grateful, Chen replied. But the Sol system contains over 40 billion humans across 15 worlds. The Crix delegation represents 12 billion individuals across 8 systems, yet holds 3 council seats. The disparity, Vex Korath interrupted, reflects the natural order. Your species exhibits concerning aggressive tendencies. Your expansion rate exceeds sustainable parameters. Your military development outpaces your cultural maturation. The Council's wisdom protects not only other species, but humanity itself. Chen had heard these arguments before. They were carefully crafted, diplomatically phrased justifications for keeping humanity as a junior partner in galactic affairs. The other species had divided up the galaxy long before humans developed faster than light travel, and they saw no reason to rearrange the established order for the sake of newcomers. Then perhaps, Chen said slowly, the Council would prefer to formalize this perspective. She reached into her diplomatic case and withdrew a thick document bound in traditional hegemony crystal fiber, the Treaty of Proxima Centauri, the agreement that had ended the border wars and established humanity's current status. "We have prepared amendments to our existing treaties," Chen continued. "Amendments that would officially recognize humanity's permanent junior status, our acceptance of limited territorial rights, and our acknowledgement that we will never qualify for full council membership." The chamber fell silent. Even the Transcendent's energy field seemed to stabilize. "You see," Chen said, her voice gaining strength, "humanity has spent 3 years in these negotiations, operating under the assumption that the Council viewed us as equals who simply needed to prove our worthiness. But your words today have clarified the situation considerably." Keel Suth's tentacles stilled. "Ambassador Chen, there is no need for such dramatic." "If humanity is to be treated as a perpetual vassal state," Chen interrupted, "then perhaps it's time we stopped pretending otherwise." She held the treaty document above her head, ensuring every delegate could see it clearly. The afternoon light from Nexus Prime's binary suns streamed through the chamber's transparent walls, casting rainbows across the crystal fiber binding. "This treaty was signed in good faith," Chen said. "It was meant to be the foundation for humanity's integration into galactic civilization. But if the Council has decided that integration was never the goal..." Vex Karath's voice carried a warning tone. "Ambassador, consider your actions carefully. That document represents the legal foundation for peace between your species and 17 others." "Peace," Chen repeated. "Yes, let's discuss peace. For 3 years, human merchant vessels have been subjected to additional inspections that delay our trade routes by weeks. Our colonies have been denied access to standard terraforming technologies available to every other species. Our scientists have been excluded from research consortiums. Our diplomats have been patronized and dismissed." The Krix delegates' clicking grew more agitated. "These are standard integration protocols." "For how long?" Chen demanded. "How many centuries must humanity prove itself worthy of basic respect? How many generations of humans must accept secondary status before the Council deems us sufficiently mature?" The Transcendence response flickered into being. A GGRESSIV EPOST URINGCONFIRM SSPE CIES IIA MAISEA URIT. Chen laughed, a sound that seemed to physically disturb several delegates. "There it is. The circular logic that keeps humanity trapped. We're too aggressive to be trusted with equality, but our frustration with inequality proves we're too aggressive. It's remarkably elegant." She gripped the treaty document more tightly. "Humanity brought a proposal for genuine partnership to this Council. We offered technological exchanges, military cooperation, cultural programs. We came here prepared to be patient, diplomatic, reasonable. And the Council appreciates," Keel Sooth began. "The Council thought we were bluffing," Chen said flatly. "You thought human anger was just noise. You thought our threats were empty posturing. You thought we would eventually accept whatever scraps you offered because we had no other choice." The chamber's silence stretched taut. "But here's something about humanity you might have overlooked in your extensive cultural analyses," Chen continued. "We have a saying, 'Give me liberty or give me death.' We've destroyed our own cities rather than submit to tyranny. We've chosen extinction over submission. We are not a species that accepts permanent inferiority gracefully." Without another word, Chen tore the treaty in half. The sound echoed through the chamber like a thunderclap. Crystal fragments scattered across the polished floor as the document separated, its binding dissolved. 3 years of negotiations, centuries of peace, the legal framework for humanity's place in galactic civilization, all reduced to glittering debris. "You wanted to know if humanity was mature enough for equality," Chen said into the stunned silence. "Perhaps the real question is whether the Galactic Council is mature enough to handle equals instead of vassals." She turned and walked toward the chamber's exit, her footsteps clicking against the crystal floor. Behind her, 17 alien species sat in shocked silence, finally understanding that humanity had never been bluffing at all.